What up to the podverse and everybody sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Black Log, where we talk black about TV, film, music, and sometimes we just digress into conversation and drink coffee or hot tea, which is recommended by 3 or 4 cardiologists. And I recommend it because it's fall now. Fall is here. My name is Rod. The other guy on the other side of the country, his name is Ryan. Say hello to Ryan.
What up? What up? What up? What's happening? What's happening?
Man, what is happening?
You're very dramatic.
I, I thought I was just being raw. You're very
Man,
dramatic.
what's
What?
happening?
I mean, why you want to? Why you want to be Debbie Downer or Donnie Downer? That's like
Sometimes you're just in a funky ass mood.
I see that, man. Come on. It's like, what's up with your happy ass? That's what I'm expecting next. Like, come on, bro.
Hey man, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating. Even if you don't like it, leave that 5-star rating and we promise to do better next week. And you can find a lot more clips on the IG, the TT, which has changed their little formula. It's kind of funky now, I could tell. And Facebook. Check out that Facebook. And YouTube actually has our entire, obviously, it has clips too as well.
You really
Oh,
don't know.
also shout out to E.
Like
Tiffany
you.
Custom Creation. E. Tiffany Custom Creations. You can find them at etiffanycreations.com. They hook you up.
With all your apparel needs. But I mean, it's just kind of like, no, nobody, you talking about give us the five anyway. You can't be funky with people, man. It's like they gonna say, man, why are you so funky with his brother? His brother just, trying to do his thing, man.
Sometimes you,
How was your week,
sometimes
man?
you,
How was your week? How was your week?
it's funky, bro. It's a funky
Okay.
week.
You you don't bring the funk to the podcast. Don't bring the
Okay,
funk to the black law, you know? Come on,
it'll
man.
be all right.
No, you don't bring the funk to the black. Unless we talking about a Rick James album, we don't bring the funk to the black log.
Which we will do at some point in time.
We will, and that's when we will be funky, but not today. We're doing good times. You knew that. We're doing episode 12 called The Windfall, directed again by Herb Kennewick. I really want to meet this guy if he's still alive. And Jack Ellison and Noah Paul, because they got a lot of residuals coming to them, especially after this first season.
And if anybody has paid any attention, yes, we did skip over episode 11 because it just wasn't fun.
He didn't like it.
And this is kind of, and to be fair, this is kind of a compromise because in the beginning, I didn't really want to do, even though we chose to do different world, we started off with different world, and you can go back and look at the Black Log either on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube and find seasons 1 and 2 that we've done of a different world each show. I didn't want to do season 1 of Different World, but Ryan said we need to do it. So I said, all right. Ended up having fun with it because it was so sucky. And, before Debbie Allen jumped on. But, yeah, ended up being fun. Some of those episodes, was a bit of a stretch.
It's part of their history. You can't have
I probably appreciate it more because now, then I found out how much they actually screwed over Lisa Bonet just in general. So,
He's digressing back to our old stuff, but we'll be back to Different World. But again, we had good times. The Windfall, directed by Herb Kennewick, Jack Ellison, and Norm Paul.
And this brief summary, which Rod is about to give to you, our brief summary is brought to you by Brevity. If you didn't have it, we'd be here all day.
James found $27,000 from a supermarket robbery, which would be the equivalent of $157,428.07 today. And he turned it back in, and everyone thinks he's stupid. That's
Yeah, that's basically it. That is brevity at its best.
And everyone thinks he's stupid.
Now that, my friend, is a brief summary.
We open with JJ doing fooling around with his painting. He's fooling around with a TV, which we haven't seen in the last 36 episodes of this TV show. His TV just kind of
Yeah.
popped up out of nowhere.
I
But
feel
they
like they
worked
push it out when I feel
when
like
they
they
need
just
it.
push. I feel like they just push it out like, "Hey y'all, we can watch TV tonight."
Yeah,
Why
when
wouldn't
they
they watch
need
it
it.
every night though?
You know what? The news is depressing, I guess.
They're not looking at the news.
Who knows? But they talk enough about it. They talk enough about it. Why not? Thelma returns with
Shame.
snacks
All right.
because we find out that James is going to appear on TV for returning that bag of money he found from a robbery at Borgen's supermarket. Um, they talk about the money. They talk about what's going to happen. Michael mentions how James's first thought was not to return it, and Florida didn't know how. She said, I heard you and Daddy talking about it." Basically,
Yeah, I
he,
heard that. I didn't like that. Uh, I didn't like that little interaction. Michael was just too much for me at that little moment.
goddamn, it's 900 square feet. If that, it ain't like everybody in the house didn't hear it. They
That's
act like
my James.
they
You
act
didn't
like
hear
when
all
they
that.
they act like when they go in there, they act like when they go in there into that room, they can't nobody hear.
Is that 900 square feet?
I'm being kind. I'm just saying you can't act like you can't hear everything that goes on. Hell, your sons are sleeping on the sofa bed up front. You can't hear everything. So I mean, it is what. Not like JJ and Thelma didn't hear it either. Um, so we know how they feel. We know how everybody feels about it. Well, Lona
And
comes
after
by.
that, I didn't hear nothing. That was your boy, Michael.
He did- Man, you had a funky week, but you mad at Michael. uh Walona comes by talking about the boutique because this whole returning money is just the talk of the projects or town, maybe whatever it is. And found out that a woman at the boutique said, "You know James Evans Jr.? Tell him he's stupid." So we get the
You know
first thing.
that wasn't they. That's the first time I ever saw that.
What?
That part.
Really?
That
Wow.
they never show that part on they never showed that part on the reruns. At least when I was younger.
Wow.
So that was the first time I ever heard Walona say that.
I just saw something on another podcast and you were talking about Creator Living Single, Yvette Bowser was talking about how when things go, you work hard at editing something, but when it goes into syndication, somebody who is really just editing it just for time and ad money, they just cutting stuff off that you's like, wait, I've never seen. So hence, you didn't see that before, but it
And the
probably was
worst part about syndication is when they start cutting out things like that was just like great,
important. Just
like fun. I mean, just funny, bruh. Like, I know my wife and I,
Mhm.
we often will see Martin episodes, and bruh, I think it's the Vornell Hill one with Tommy Davidson. They always yeah, I know what they cut it off when he goes, "Catfish was delicious." I'm like, really? You cut off that part? When he was like, "Catfish was delicious." I'm like, bruh, that's like one of the funniest parts, bruh.
Oh my God. Like I said, Willona found out something. We getting the idea everybody thinks he's stupid. The news is coming on. Everybody's sitting down getting ready to watch. James is appearing and it says coming on. Michael turns. I don't know what it is. This cutaway shot where Michael turns and does this.
I
The
didn't catch
camera
that.
that they got the TV tuned correctly. And he does this. They just does this weird shot. And he just does this. Like, what is the point of
I
that?
don't remember that.
I want to talk to Herb Kennewick like that choice. What did that do? Like I said, James is talking to the interview and the guy, they give him a plaque and they say they're gonna give him a significant financial reward. And you can know when they say significant financial reward, if it was significant, they just tell you the
He
value.
kept
They
on
ain't
trying.
giving it.
He kept on trying to shake his hand to them.
Kept trying, but he couldn't. They're watching it and James enters while they're watching James on TV. And it's like, man, be quiet, man. We trying to watch Dad on TV. And they realize he's dead and that it was on tape delay. And they find out what he got. The significant Financial reward was
$50 back to the store.
$50 worth of Borgen's groceries.
Which Walona did give a pretty funny line. She said $50 ain't gonna get you $10 worth of groceries. That mean, bruh, I guess I was sitting, I was like, damn. That means she is saying that they gave them a $50 gift certificate to their store and they can't even buy $10 worth of groceries.
Yeah, it just, man, yeah. And then suddenly, much disappointment in that, of course, they get a call. Florida answers the phone. Well, that's a disgusting thing to say. James is upset.
James
He
snatched
gets
that phone, man.
He gets mad. And another caller comes, and JJ says, "I got it." He says, "Hello, goodbye."
Bruh, he like wiped off the phone. I was like, good Lord, what did they say?
He said,
You know, that wasn't
"Hello."
that's another thing. That wasn't on. I never saw that either.
Really?
Never
Okay.
saw it. First time
And
seeing it.
they get another call, and James is answering. He says he's mad, and he goes off. And it's like, "I wish you would." Baby, it's Reverend Gordon. He want to come by, so she give the phone to he give the phone to Florida, and he walks away and says, "Oh, jackleg preacher."
he said probably calling up here because he want to know what kind of reward he gonna get.
Then it was the knock at the door. The door open. They open the door.
Bruh,
Somebody throws a dummy in.
bruh, Florida was a bit too dramatic, bro. Oh, I was like, come on, Florida. Did she need to make all that noise? But they did throw a puppet inside that house and said, this is the dummy for the dummy family. For the dummy family that gave back that money.
He was mad. James was mad. He was furious. And then he let it be known. He said, "You know that? That's why I'm glad I did what I did."
Oh, wait, no. They had the other part too. Where JJ. There was a knock at the door and it was JJ boys. The first time we ever see, well, the second time we see a semblance of friends for JJ.
Hey, that wasn't in. That was in. No, that wasn't until the second act, wasn't it? I don't know.
Was it the second act?
It was. I had in. That was in the second act. That was.
I know his boys knocked on the door. Maybe so.
No, that was in the second act. That was in the second act.
Oh.
Because the dummy was the thing that. But maybe either way, JJ's friends came over and they said, "Hey, JJ, we like to talk to you." This, that, the other.
Hey, man.
What's going on? We heard you got some bread.
Wonder if you could just slide us a few, you know, a little loan. He started snatching that dude up, bro. When James came out, all that old man strength got a hold of them boys' jackets, and they was like, "Oh Lord!"
He throwing both of them around, boy, throwing both of their asses around. I was like, "The hell's wrong? JJ, get inside. You all right?" Yeah, Dad. He always act like he always thinking like he gonna get something. But like I said, James is upset and he lets it be known. He said, "Man," he says, "that's why I'm glad I did." James, what did you do? He said it was really 29,000.
You can't forget Thelma too. I cannot forget Thelma because she's so, you know, obviously, you know, Team Florida, and you know she doesn't want to give the money back and all this stuff. And but as soon as they started making all those phone calls and throwing damn puppets in the house, she wanted to turn to Florida. Mama, is this how it's gonna always be? No, it'll stop, baby. It'll stop. No, it's not.
Yeah, they got the two. Like I said, James got two. He took 2,000. Everybody's in shock. Cut. Go to the commercial.
Yeah.
Come back, and we all caught up. Well, Lona, like, you know, I understand James' feelings. You know what I mean?
That was not in. That was not there. Did I already say that? That was not in the episode either. Oh yeah, because that's what we talked about earlier with Walona with the whoever the person was in the boutique. But that's another part that was not. That was the first time I ever saw that part too, where Walona stuck
Damn.
up for James.
Was the show 11 minutes? Damn, it's like they cut everything. Damn. Uh Walona was like, I ain't sticking up for stealing, but I'm sticking up for sticking it to the person who stuck it to James. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and James is like, man, when in Rome, do like the Romans do. And that like it was either before or after the family came over, but James is upset. No, they did. The kids came over after the commercial because it's like that's when he got upset, and that's when he started saying, "We getting by," and all he heard them words, "Getting by, getting by." He grabbed all their property and put that on the sofa. This
that's how we
all
getting
he.
by.
That's how we
And
getting by.
remember, this is season 2 Evans that I have been bragging on all season long so far. I have been bragging on the fact that season 2 Evans are a bit different from season 1 Evans.
That's how we getting by. That's how we getting by. Um,
It won't always be that way, though, James. Yes,
And
it
then
will.
there's a glorious knock at the door, and James said, "Who wants? You want some more?" And he go out and he grabbed the man and throw him in.
James, that's
Is
the Reverend.
Reverend Gordon. Reverend Gordon made it up to the 17th floor, didn't he? It's played by Alvin Childress, famous of Amos and Andy, and of Sanford and Son, where he plays
Yeah,
Reverend Trimble. Uh,
I feel like he moved.
he moved to Chicago. And Reverend sees the money, says on the table, he says, "I assume this is the money." James admits to what he did, but then Florida, he gets into one of the great interactions on a TV show. He says, Florida says, "But he's giving it back. Ain't that the right thing to do?" And the Reverend says,
Perhaps.
"Perhaps." And James said, "Jive, rip off market, rip it off people. Would God want me to give it back?"
Perhaps.
What else? And Florida said, "What else would a good man do but give it back?" Is that the answer? Now,
Perhaps.
good is measured in many ways. They said, now good is measured in many ways. That's what James was like. James was like, really? And Florida was shocked.
You mean like giving something to the
But
church? Perhaps.
perhaps. James, the church don't want no dirty money. A few more perhaps, and they gonna have JJ. A few more perhaps, and they gonna have it. Reverend then says, if it isn't the source, it isn't the source, but what can be done with the money? But with stolen money? Reverend, but is it stolen? That's when the
Yeah.
negotiation, but is it stolen? James, or did James find it? Could this be God's way of providing? Now, James did what he thought was right, and it wasn't.
It's
But
amazing how when certain circumstances arise, how a reverend can you know skedaddle and bargain with the Bible.
what's greater, the old wrong or the new right? God works in mysterious ways.
Because all of a sudden, oh, it's the Old Testament. This is the New Testament.
New Testament.
The reverends, man, reverends. Hey, you can make that Bible work your way, man. You can make that Bible work any way you want.
Florida's working her magic. Florida's working her talking about God this and God that. That's when James gets down to it. He said he grabbed that money in his hand. He said he started selling it. He said, "Look at this, Michael. You want to go to law school, don't you? This can
I
pay
tell
for
you
it.
what, you know what I like?
James,
I like when
JJ,
he went
don't
to
you want
JJ.
JJ? Don't you want to put on canvas instead of painting on cardboard?"
No,
That's
bro, bang up. You underplaying JJ. JJ was like, yeah, yeah, I'm all about all of that money in Thelma.
Don't you want to go to acting school in Florida? Don't you want to go to the Don't you want to go to the doctor instead of the clinic? Even
Not
though
this way, James.
even though you need to say, even though you really need to work on your A1C count, baby. Some of the food you cook here is good. It's good.
Don't you want to go to a good uh, a good grocery store.
Good grocery store. Just don't you want to go to a real doctor instead of the clinic? I just really wanted to say, James, you working the hell out of that $2,000. You
I ain't
sitting
gonna
the
lie
top.
though, that $2,000 in 19 what was it, 73, 74.
That's 75. That's 76. 75. 70.
That 2,000 was working out good.
No, there's no doubt about it. There's no
It'll
doubt
work that
about it.
2,000 out good. Probably not at that grocery store, but it would have
But
been
I'm just
working it out.
saying, $2,000 is gonna send. I mean, what they say, you're gonna send $50 worth of groceries is a lot. Would be like a couple of hundred today. That's a lot. That's a lot of groceries. I think, even though it's still not great at
I do.
Morgan's, but I mean, he's just selling it. Like I said, I just think even with $2,000, you're gonna send one kid to law school, you're gonna send one kid to art school, and you're gonna buy a canvas, and you're gonna get yourself, and you're gonna get your wife PPO level doctor. It's a lot. He getting a lot out of that 2,000. I'm just saying, he getting a lot out of that 2,000.
That dude said the PPO level, doctor.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's asking for a lot, bro. Um, and then it's like I guess that's when Florida goes to her she go break glass and use her
Yeah.
emergency. She said Florida said Michael, go down to Big Daddy Williams, smart boy like you can run numbers. Thelma, you know that red dress, the one that you said was too short? Yeah, I changed my mind. A pretty little girl like you can get some work downtown. James is like Florida, and
Yeah,
it's like,
bro.
and then she said JJ,
I'm just getting down.
ugh. And of course,
You
JJ
know,
go to
you
the
know,
store
you
and
know, I didn't have a shot.
Jay, I don't have a list. I don't have any money. You can find.
You know, I didn't have any Shagu moments, but as we talk through this show, I'm finding that I may have several.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one or two.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have one. I didn't. Now you got me thinking that. But at this point,
Nah, that's
it's
not that's not a Shagu moment. I was trying to force feed Florida into no, I'm getting down, which it's not that big a deal.
basically Florida does her. You can't be out there playing pool. The Lord don't like this. The Lord don't like that thing. And he's like, he's gonna return the money. But my thing is, at this point, James, if you return that $2,000, ain't you gonna be seen as a thief? You need to sit on it.
But he gave it to the preacher, didn't he?
Oh,
I think he did.
he agrees that no, because no, the preacher left. Reverend Gordon left. Reverend Gordon left. Yes, that money was
He
still. So
did
he said,
leave.
oh, he
That's
said,
right,
oh,
because
Florida,
he said it's up to you.
it's up to you. And he said, Florida, I'm gonna return. I'm gonna return. James is kind of stupid at this point to go return that $2,000 because that's when Chicago PD would come get you and put you in jail.
I think maybe it was good for him to maybe just tell her that she was going that he was going to return it, and then
Sit on that
they
money.
and then he just have to leave out every day to make sure he going to a job,
There you go. There you go.
and he got a little raise
He can't
maybe.
he can't never bring no big money into the house. He just like kind of in increments when they
Every
need
once in
money.
a while, every once in a while, you pop up with a bag of potato chips or something from the grocery store.
A bag of chips, quarter. That's a quarter.
Yeah, you know
135
what I'm
cents.
saying? Pick up, you know what I'm saying? Pick up. Maybe one time he pick up some chicken, white and dog
Chicken.
meat.
Get down.
He can't pick up
uh,
steak. Maybe he can pick up a roast, maybe a pot
can't
roast.
you know what them pot roasts and Morgans do? Oh, it make you sick. But in the end, this is the thing that got me. They had the end where they come back and they're reading mail that they got from people. Tell
That was the
how they
first time.
got this.
I didn't. They didn't have epilogues when I was looking at reruns. So,
I don't remember this. I really don't. But they're
oh,
reading it, and James is like, "Well, we got what's the count? We got 212 in support of what we did, 63 who don't." How many people take time to write a broke family? Like they got
but you know
that.
that. But you know that was back then. People used to do stuff like that. They thought it was important to. I mean, I think we may be looking at it from a sense of, we're in a world where all you got to do is jump behind your computer.
That's
Nobody
true.
sees you eating your Cheetos, and you can talk bad about people as much as you want,
Yeah.
and nobody ever sees you. except for that one dude, that one young brother who every time somebody calls him a name online, he says, "Oh, wait a minute. Don't you live on such and such? Isn't your phone number blah 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 blah?" And the dude on the other side like, "Oh, you didn't." Oh, he's like, "Oh, you didn't think I caught you?" Oh, I don't know. I know it's a black kid, man. I don't know.
I think they
Hey,
call I think they call that doxing. Whatever it is, they call that doxing today.
what's
Whatever it
that?
is, when you what's just what you did when they just pull up all your information. For some reason, it's called doxing. D O
Y'all better,
X I N
hey,
G.
y'all better stop. Hey, y'all racists out there. Y'all better stop sleeping on these little black boys and black girls. They know how to work their computer.
They do. I gotta say, the Black Log is sponsored by Fade to Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, but put life into your loved ones. Death at Fade to Black Funeral with t-shirt printing, tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to Black. Quote of the show, and this is for me, perhaps. It's just one word. Bruh, dog, he came in like off the bench like Vinny Microwave Johnson. I need instant offense. Perhaps. And he came in and he left, dog. He came in, he hit, he left.
I had Florida, man. We didn't talk about the quote
Florida
earlier.
has the quote of the show?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know why.
For me, Florida walked in and I guess by this time the phone had already been answered several times with people, calling their homes and saying something. And Florida picked up the phone and she said, "Hello? The same to you." And hung up. She said, and Willona said, "What did they say?" "I don't know, but I think we just got cussed out in a foreign language."
Don't know. I do remember
She
that.
said it with such force, bruh. Cause earlier she was like, "What? The same to you? You another one, man." She called that last phone call. She said, "Who is that?" "I don't know, but I think we just got cussed out in a foreign language." And she was so on it. That's my quote of the show, man.
Florida got the quote. Wow. She's had one before, but damn it, I guess it is. I have no Shagoo moments. I don't.
Yeah, I thought I did. I don't have any.
My issue it's still in the
For those
community.
who don't know, for those of you who don't know what a shagu moment is, it is a menstrual moment, which, as you would know if you watched Good Times, there were many. Dynamite
You
comes
know
to
what?
comes to
It was
mind many times.
it was the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It was acceptable, but it still was.
Is it cringe worthy? I don't know. Some maybe one or two, some are cringy.
That's
Still
what
an
makes a
issue.
shagu moment. That's what really makes a shagu moment. If it's cringe worthy, you're like, ooh,
Still an issue in the community. Being broke. It
yes.
is. It is. Just being broke.
I will say in the poor community.
That's where most people are broke.
Actually,
For
I
community.
will say in the lower and middle class now. It is now because, you know, even though people may be making money, they still may be living month to month. I mean, their checks may look good, but by the time they pay those bills, wow.
Man, I got paid on Friday. My check gone. my check gone. My check, my check is gone. I cannot, man, my check gone. I thought if anything was unrealistic, it was the reaction by the public to James about giving back the money. It was just, I don't know. If it was, I thought that
I
reaction, the
mean,
whole, even though
calling
that's the
his
premise of the,
house. I mean, yeah. I don't think they'd be that harsh. In other words, I don't think they would be all in that business.
I mean, it was in the moment. It was funny. Like the dummy, it's like really, like let me go. You live in a Cabrini Green. You went and bought a dummy to make this point. The hell's wrong with you? You the dummy. Just saying. You've been and bought a ventriloquist dummy just so you could what you call. Man, I know. digression, whatever you want to call it. I was on TikTok and I saw Willie Tyler and Lester. Dog, he's still out. Remember the
No,
brothers, the black
the dude with the dummy, with the puppet, he's still alive.
with the glasses
Really?
and afro, bro?
Please tell me he still does not have that afro, bro.
He had a hat
Please
on,
tell me.
but
You talking about your boy who looked like he looked like the missing the missing triplet from the Whispers.
and yeah, yeah.
Who are the twins? Scotty and who? In the Whispers.
Scotty, Walter and Scotty.
That's it. Hey, digression. The
No,
Whispers,
he's
bruh.
not. He's
No,
not.
no, 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 no. I'm not even talking about that. I mean, we're past that. I'm thinking about Scotty and Walter. They are
Scotty Bass.
identical. They are identical twins, and Mom was just like, I don't know about all that twin shit. Scotty and Walter. It wasn't like, like Walter and Wally, or you know what I mean? Rod and Ryan. It's
Criticizing the mother for the leaving of the Whispers. Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Just Walter and Scotty, bruh. That's the twins' names, bruh.
I mean,
The twins, bruh.
I understand how you think twins always gonna have this kind
Jimmy
of like,
and Johnny.
I get it.
Maybe she was just like, she was done.
I'm trying.
Look. Obviously, we don't know what it's like to give birth at all, and even more so giving birth to twins. So maybe after giving birth to two children, she was like, man, just Scotty and Walter.
You don't even know, but you don't even know how many of these kids she's had previously, because our grandmother had what, 9 kids, and really she had 9. She had 2 sets of twins, so it's like she's named.
I mean, is it that hard to do Scotty and Sammy?
Why are we criticizing? Why are you criticizing?
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying. I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying you don't hear that often. Usually when they're identical twins, you don't have, hey, it's Scotty and Walter. You know what I'm saying? It's like Ricky and Bobby. Why you do that? Why'd you do that? Why didn't you say Ricky and Ryan or Bobby and Brian? You know what I mean? Keep the letters, the beginning letters.
I'm just trying.
Scotty and Walter, bro.
I'm just thinking there's got to be a set of twins out there.
Scotty and Walter, bro. Identical twins, bro. Scotty and Walter, bro.
Let's leave it.
Scotty and Walter, bro.
Oh my god.
Bro, dude said Scotty and Walter, bro. I had none because
I think Robert Email is keeping that money. And I think Barbara Email is gonna feel somewhat Florida-esque, but she's gonna say
ain't gonna be that much Florida. Ain't that much Florida in the world.
And I
think she would be like,
keep it.
I think she's gonna say we shouldn't keep it, Bob. But okay.
But we're gonna keep it, but we're not gonna buy anything extravagant. We're gonna only buy things that we need.
I can say that. We do not need people knowing what we have.
So Ryan, do not talk about that.
I've been told everybody too. I said, bro. Right. It is no different from when
your mama tell you not to snitch, you're gonna be in the
I've told this story before. People don't know who Brennan is, but my boy Brennan, first days of school, my mama told me, hey, Brennan's dad's gonna be picking y'all up after school, because back in the day, for y'all that don't know, first two or three days of school were like half days. So you wouldn't be in school a full day. So we got out, like around 12:30, 1 o'clock. And what happened? Your mama said, hey, here's $5, which back then was like, it was like having $100. And she said, I'm guessing, because
you weren't listening.
I was not listening. But I kind of do remember her saying it now. She said, hey,
Oh,
give this
now,
money, give
oh,
this
now
money
you
to,
remember. You
give this
remember
money
30
to
years
Brent,
later. What you
give this
gave him?
money to Brennan's dad, towards lunch because he's bringing y'all a lunch. I didn't know where he was bringing us. I didn't think too much of it. Got in the car, bro. Brennan turned around me and was like, you know where we about to go? I was like, I don't know. We about to go to Showbiz. Which, for y'all that don't know, is basically Chuck E. Cheese before Chuck E. Cheese. And they just had this creepy bear.
You know what?
Before Chuck E.
Some
Cheese
people,
and Chuck E. Cheese, it was Showbiz Pizza Place. It was like,
some people may
shoot.
not know what that is. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know,
They
there's a
know what
movie
Chuck
I
E.
call.
Cheese is.
You went Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what. That's
No,
what
Chuck
it
E. Cheese is still out. Chuck E. Cheese is still out. I've seen Chuck E. Cheeses. We have several Chuck E. Cheeses around our area.
is. You can't. You like Chuck E. Cheese. He's Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. That is his. He has a
Chuck E.
middle
Cheese.
initial E. Not Chuck E. Cheese. It's Chuck
That's what it
E.
is.
Cheese.
Anyway,
Chuck E. Cheese.
and when I know they have games right now, but when we were younger, when Chuck E. Cheese first opened and Showbiz first opened, they only just put arcade games out. So you would get tokens and you would go play Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, whatever game, Super Punch Out, whatever they had. As soon as he said we were going to Showbiz, whatever mama told me went right out the door. Because I said, I got $5 for video games. That means I could play 20 video games because each one was a token.
I got 5 on it.
Bruh, I'll never forget. Brennan was like, you got $5? I said, all on video games.
I got 5.
And the funny part is, I remember seeing Brennan's dad laughing up front. I remember that. And boy, that next morning, fine. You remember to get that? You gave Brennan's dad that money? What?
Nope.
What? The money that I gave you. Did you give him the $5? No, I didn't. Then what'd you do with it? You got it? No, I don't. Then what'd you do with it? I used it on video games. What do we always laugh at Florida for? You did what? Man, within the next 10 minutes, I was on the phone. Mr. Rab, yeah, how you doing? I'm sorry, I was supposed to give you the $5. I was supposed to give you the $5 for lunch. I'm sorry. It's okay, Ryan. I do remember him laughing at me on the phone. He said, "It's okay, Ryan."
Sound like Kermit the Frog.
I could picture him getting off that phone immediately and saying, "Man, I just talked to Ryan. He was supposed to give me 5. I know he was clowning me with Brendan's mom."
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Yes,
Yeah.
he really, really was. Because he was laughing at you. Because he said, look at him playing the video games with his dumb ass. I'm like, look at him. Look at him over. He just enjoying himself. He was supposed to give you that $5.
Hey, let me tell you something. When I tell you I put that $5 in that machine and got 20 tokens and put them all in my pocket, and I didn't share one. I played video game after video game after video game.
You should know when something is too good to be true, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Mama, why would my mama just gave me $5 to go play? No. Oh, Lord. You background Brent quote. 1, I got a tie. Well, no, it's a tie I got. One when he said, Reverend Gordon Cole, what's his name, walked away with Jack Leg, preacher. And the other one was, JJ said, does that mean you're giving the money back? Yeah, Junior, that's exactly what I was afraid of. It was the way he said it was very quiet, but it was so funny. It was
my background Brent quote was actually, perhaps.
That can't be, that is so upfront. Perhaps it's.
For me it was.
Oh my God.
For me it was.
Background. All right. That background.
You're so judgmental.
Huh?
You're so judgmental with that when you do that.
First, I'm too goddamn peppy. Now I'm judgmental. All
right. All right.
I was wrong.
All right.
I was.
All
No, I
right.
was. That's so wrong. You look like Sprite on goddamn Speed Race. Stop. Oh my god. I don't know what's next, but I
That's a
don't know.
good question.
We're
What
in
episode is next?
December. We're talking the holiday
We
season.
will be talking the holidays, but
We need
I
to
don't
talk the
know what
holidays.
episode of I don't know what episode of Good Times is next.
I know Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I need to just order the DVD, man, because I went to Apple TV and you can only buy it. You can't rent it. They making you buy Rudolph for $14.99.
Yeah, I would not be buying Rudolph.
You just gave
I'll
up.
see it. I'll see it.
How you gonna see it?
I'll
When it
see it.
airs? Or you talking about when it
Huh?
actually airs? You talking about when it actually airs?
I'll see it somehow.
But you're not paid for it.
Oh, you know what Good Times is next? Sometimes there's no bottom in the bottle. When they
Ooh,
look when
cousin,
when cousin
drunk cousin.
Alderman when cousin Alderman Davis before he was Alderman Davis came over.
Don't drink. Well, that was a sad little episode. I remember that because
Yeah,
I remember
funny.
him saying something at the table like, "Well, what's wrong with it?" Like, damn, what's wrong? I remember that. I was like, damn.
That's what everybody and then she passed out. I thought you no, I think he said something like and we'll see it on the episode obviously. But he said something like I thought you were gonna say she did drugs or something. And they were like, what?
Yeah, man. As always, a pleasure. I won't be judgmental, and I think you need to be more peppy. How about that? I'm gonna stop being judgmental, and you need to be more. You need to leave the funk of the week back in the funk. You need to leave the funk of the week back.
When the phone hits the fan.
Hell is that? What is that from?
That's from Steve Harvey show.
Oh God, I knew that. I said, why do I know that?
When the phone hit the fan.
But one hit by what's his character's name? Steve Harvey on that show?
It was
No, Steve
it was
something.
Steve Mr. Oh,
Steve Badhead. Steve Hightower.
Hightower.
Steve Hightower fade. Man, the day I found out that was not his hair, I was dying.
I will say this though, with that not being his hair, like to make it look like that, to make it look like you actually have like a microphone on your head, because
Man,
the texture looks like a microphone.
man, they were on. I was trying to find their barber. I said, man, I need to get to their barber. That's what somebody told me. He
And
said,
that's
right, what are you talking about? I want to get to Steve Harvey's barber. Like they on the lot. I could probably just get a haircut from him. He's really good. Right. I'm not even gonna say who told me.
what you
It
talking
was
about when you
Rod.
were working.
Yeah, I was like, Rod. I said, Rod. Somebody looked at me like, Rod, you don't know? Well, know what? It's not his hair.
It took me a long time to believe that too. I was like, man, that's really not his hair. And now looking at and now seeing videos now of people, you know, like actually getting their hair cut right here, and then they adding. I don't even get that because you're actually forming a bald spot on that person's head.
Hair technology is pretty amazing now. I saw a dude.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll take mine.
Man, I just saw a dude. You know how they do hearing nows on certain movies? They did a hearing now on Drumline, and the guy, I don't even remember. He was more known by being the singing guy in Remember the Titans, and they
Oh
had a
yeah, I know what you're
hearing.
talking about. Dark
They had
skin dude.
yeah, they had a hearing now picture of him, and then that now picture, man, he looked like he was rocking like a George Jefferson, like dude, like
Like on
take it off,
purpose?
like on purpose. Yeah, I was like, wow. So you don't have to do that. You know, people have been wearing bald heads for like 30 years.
Scotty and Walter.
You're wrong. He's so wrong. Man, this is us for the Black Law. We digressed. We really did. Until next week. Peace.